Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground.
Yo, it's your boy OD the GM back again. And we talking Dolphins Steelers, but I went ahead and I put my podcast back in some of the Dolphin groups on Facebook, And I was surprised that, some of the fans, they really liked it. And I haven't done it in a while. Listen, I'm not the guy to come in and ask or beg for likes and, people to subscribe to the channel. I'm not that kind of person. And if they like the content, they'll do it. It's just a given. Everyone knows what to do. Okay? I made a video in 2019 about why Brian Flores would be fired. And I put it in one of those groups, or maybe a few of those Miami Dolphin Facebook groups, and they came for me. They cut my head off. Okay, one guy was telling me about my tinfoil hat. It was brutal in the group. So I see comments in the group, but I don't read the comments in the group. Whether good or bad, leave it under the channel. Leave it under the video on YouTube. I'll see it there. I'll respond. Okay, whether good or bad. And the thing about it is, I'm going to watch the game in a club here. I'm Bahamian, by the way, so I'm going to watch it in a club here. We call it the Dolphin Bar, sports bar, and there are only two types of people there: Dolphins, Dolphin haters. I don't care what hat they wear, what team they pull for. They only there to see the Dolphins lose. Okay, so I'm going in that bar, and you have to argue with non-Dolphins all day, all night. You have to argue, even on my job. You argue with, I will not argue with my own. We can have different opinions, and we can respect each other's opinion. Okay? So 3 years later, Flores isn't here anyway. So maybe I was right. But anyway, it's Dolphin Steeler time. Dolphin Steeler this week, and Tua is going to start. Tua's back. We all should be happy. Highest passer rating in the league. A very good quarterback for us. Despite what we thought about him earlier in his career or what. I always felt he was good. I was always on the Tua bandwagon. My problem is, he takes sick days. He gets hurt. Okay, his durability is always in question. But with a real offensive coach, whether you want to say about Mike McDaniel or not, this is the best offense we've had since we had Tua. Maybe the best offense we've had, I don't know, in a very long time. A lot of things hasn't worked, but, I'm going to start with the O-line, and Mike McDaniel and his staff have to do a better job of getting that line to hide its deficiencies. We're going against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a good defense, great linebackers, great D-line. Now we're going to see, I am not a fan of Liam Eichenberg. Not a fan. We're going against him. We're going against Cam Hayward against Liam Eichenberg for the majority of the game. Okay? So, hopefully I don't know. Maybe Michael Dieter can step in, Robert Jones, I don't know. But Dieter is not a good interior lineman. He wasn't a good outside lineman either. And coaching hasn't changed that. Most of these other guys, you can see the improvement in their game, but Eichenberg, he's not improving. I hope we get some of our starters back. I hope we get, particularly Armstead. I hope he comes back. Jackson as well, because the Steelers, they get after it, and we have a guy just coming off an injury, a brain injury, and this is we don't want him to get hit. Okay, football, you will get hit, but we don't need him taking another big hit. Okay, so I heard earlier in the week that the Dolphins are now listening to offers about Mike Gesicki. And, he doesn't fit our system. Great coaches fit their system to the player. You understand? Gesicki is a walking first down in my eyes. Great red zone threat. Okay, he showed that last week. There's no way you go from being 3 years productive with a team in bad offenses, and now it's a good offense, or supposed to be a good offense, and he's not a fit? You got to be kidding me. You have to be more inclined to get him involved early in the offense, because he is a spark plug for our team. Whether it's a 2-yard catch or a 20-yard catch, he is hyped to be involved in the game. And I like Mike Gesicki. He's my favorite player on the Dolphin team. He and Christian Wilkins. They're my 2 favorite guys on the team. I wouldn't want to see him to go. Okay, he can loosen up the outside coverage, that gets the safety to stay inside more. So you got Waddle and you got Hill. They can get more one-on-ones on the outside if you just get him involved. Keep that defense in the middle of the field so you can get your outside guys going. And if they don't want to stay in the middle of the field, then Gesicki just eats. Okay? He just eats. Okay? I mean, McDaniel came from a system where they used the tight end very good, very great. Sure, he doesn't block. Okay? He's not a great blocker, but he's still an offensive weapon. Okay? And people have to stop attacking Jalen Waddle, man. It's been a long time since we've had good players. Realistically good players. He's a decent player. He's a good wide receiver. We have 2 number ones. Whether you want to believe it or not, we have 2 number 1 wide receivers. Okay? Your favorite player of all time. Think about your favorite Dolphin player of all time. Has he not made a mistake? Has he not cost you a game before? Maybe 2? Okay? He was trying to do too much. Okay? And it cost us the game. He was trying, because we were going to score. We were going to score. Okay? But he just was trying to do too much. It costed us the game, and it is what it is. I don't look at him no different. He's a good player. Very good wide receiver. And we got to lay off of him, man. We got to. So, no one feels worse than him. No one. But I feel he's going to go off today. Tomorrow. He will go off. He will have over 100 yards, maybe over 130. He will score. Okay? They're going to pay attention to Hill. And it doesn't matter who pays attention to Hill. It doesn't matter because he gets in the end zone regardless. If he doesn't get in the end zone, he might burn you for almost 200 yards. Regardless. So, the Pittsburgh secondary, I'm not afraid of. They have good secondary players. They got Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's a ball hawk. He used to be better than he is, but I think now he's overcompensating. He feels he can do anything on the field, and it's showing up now. But sometimes he will let you burn it. But don't discount that he's a good player. The Miami Dolphins, we know him well. Don't discount that he is a good player. Sure, Brian Flores, it's his comeback game. He's coming back to Hard Rock, and he's the linebackers coach. I'm sure he had a lot to do with that defense install this week. A lot to do with it. Okay, he wants to beat the Dolphins. He wants to beat Tua. They're both downplaying it. Okay, and that's fine. That's what they're supposed to do. Okay, but I feel that Brian Flores really wants to lay the wood today. He wants to get some hits in. He wouldn't mind seeing bad things happen on the Dolphins sideline. Okay, but we're not going to let that happen this week. Okay, if we can get the O-line play better, Mike McDaniels could scheme that O-line a little better and try to take the pressure off of Liam Eichenberg if he's going to be in there full time. Me personally, I feel he should try Michael Dita at guard. He can't be no worse. Okay? He can't be no worse. I don't know what it is with Liam Eichenberg. Why they keep him in the game. He's terrible. But that's for another day. Our running game, we defend the run pretty good. I'm not afraid of the Pittsburgh run game, but you cannot make mistakes and let them run over you. You cannot get your defense tired early. So I feel they're going to run the ball and we're going to stop the run. This is how I feel. Our running game, we won't have much success today. Okay, but the short passing game will be an extension of that. Okay, so we haven't seen Miami break one in the running game yet. And I don't think today is going to be the day that happens. Okay, Kenny Pickett will start. He's been cleared. Kenny Pickett, it's not enough games to call it yet, but he doesn't scare me. He doesn't impress me. You know, make him throw the ball. Make him throw the ball. Maybe today is the day where we get multiple turnovers. I think we're but last in the league in turnovers, or we haven't got one since week 1. It's time for our guys to get off the ball. I know why we're not getting turnovers. We can't play our brand of football because we can't get Byron Jones on the field and play that lockdown corner, so-called lockdown cornerback tandem. But I feel this is the week we probably can get multiple turnovers. If we can force them into long down and distance and force Kenny Pickett to be able to throw the ball. Maybe they get tired and they bring in Mitch Trubisky. It doesn't matter. He is not a good quarterback either. Okay, so that's all I have to say today. Everybody stay safe. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the game. It's the only game on TV. We haven't had a Sunday night game. We haven't had much of those. We don't get much of those. So let's enjoy it. Hopefully the Dolphins put on a show. I don't have a score. Maybe I say 17-13. Somewhere around that lines. But I don't really have a score because Tua is just coming back. He's just finding his way. We'll see what he can do. Thank you guys for listening. We can link.